Hello YouTube, this is Rallison Chains here, and before I begin this video, which it's a video of me talking about a very important subject, I need to talk about something else. I need to talk about how much of an idiot I am right now. Remember that whole tweet of the week thing I announced? It didn't come to fruition. I just didn't like the way the script sounded. It sounded stupid, it sounded dumb to me, and, you know, I'm really sorry for everyone who's actually waiting for those videos. The 10 people on Twitter and, like, 2 on YouTube who are actually waiting for it. But I'm thinking of reworking it a little bit, giving it its own channel, and, me not hosting it, because I don't have great comedic timing myself. I've got great comedic timing when it comes to unscripted stuff. When it comes to scripted stuff, I'm always like, rah. So anyway, I'm more Flute Tutorials. Try to get an episode out, not this upcoming Friday, but Friday after. The Friday the next week. It all depends on his schedule, but I'm gonna start writing a script a week, and he'll do it, edit it, and add in all the green screen stuff. But his new Kodak broke, so I'm waiting for him to get a Canon, and after he gets his new Canon camera, I promise you I will try to get Tweet of the Week up and going. Now that I'm off that subject, sorry, cough. Now that I'm off that subject, Chains Cast is still planning on going forward. Me and Quantum Crayons have been talking, and we really want to do it, and we're gonna get it done. His birthday's this weekend, so we can't really do it that weekend. But the weekend after, we might be able to do that. We might be able to do it the weekend after, depending on if everything goes right for us. So yeah, that's good. We might actually have Chains Cast up. Okay, now that we're off that subject, I want to talk to you guys about something. Open source versus closed source. I had a huge discussion about this on Twitter with @HammyHavoc, and we talked about how, you know, the huge differences between the two and what they contrasted, and it was a really interesting debate and debacle that I got into with them about it. And my ending consensus was that you really can't win a debate or argument about open source versus closed source, because it's just like arguing, you know, operating systems, or a better example, Creative Commons versus standard copyright. Now, I am a huge Creative Commons supporter, which is probably why I'm also a huge open source supporter. But then there are people who are against Creative Commons because it allows people to, it takes away some revenue they can make. It doesn't protect big companies as well, which is the same with open source. And, you know, you can very well look at regular copyright and closed source as pretty much identical things, and Creative Commons and open source. And open source and Creative Commons haven't been around that long. Like, the other two have been around, you know, longer. Now, I'm going to tell you why I prefer open source, and I'm going to tell you why I prefer Creative Commons. The reason I prefer open source as opposed to closed source is because it really allows for a lot of great free software that normally would not be available to the public. And this software that's available to the public is amazing, because there's stuff like GIMP, which HammyHavoc described as equal to MS Paint, but I'm going to argue with that to the end because I am a huge lover of GIMP. I also love Kdenlive, which is really annoying to use unless you're producing an OGG, but again, it's just like any other software where there's proprietary and media for it, like when you're using Windows Movie Maker, it's WMV. When you're using, you know, Mac, it's MOV. Well, for this, it's OGG format where you have to produce it in where it works the best, but you can produce in other formats, you just have to know how to produce them right. Anyway, that's stupid long story. Continuing on, and then there's other things like Blender, which is a great 3D animation tool, and I love it, and it's great. If you want a great free 3D animation tool, go get Blender. That's what I like to use. I've never really produced anything that I've done there onto the web just because no need. none of it's good enough because I'm not really that great at 3D animation. But then when you look at the closed source stuff, there's amazing closed source stuff too, like Sony Vegas and Photoshop. And yeah, I'm not even going to get into 3D software that costs because Blender is such a great program that I think everyone should use it. Okay. I like open source because you are essentially helping build the software you're using. You're contributing to the community, you're downloading, you're sending your feedback directly to developers, and it's getting out there and it's getting made well. As opposed to closed source where it isn't always your ideas get out there, like Sony Vegas 9 sucks because it's Sony Vegas 8 because Sony didn't take any of the feedback people wanted, like, I don't know, good OGM support, but whatever. And that's a big issue for me with that. Now I'm going to Creative Commons and regular copyright protected material. It's not really the same thing, but it's particularly different for me, the reason I like Creative Commons. Creative Commons is great because, like, when I need music for a video, which the music you're hearing right now is from Onision, Onision.com or youtube.com/Onision, credit given to him. It's really good music, it's free to download, and all you have to do is give credit and you can use it for free in your videos without getting copyright complaints and it being taken down because it's Creative Commons. As opposed to if I were to use a techno beat from a stupid band or something, like if I were to use one of Daft Punk's beats in the back, then that would just I would get my video taken down and get like 50 copyright claims and get my channel taken down. And with great people like Kevin MacLeod and Onision working together with the Creative Commons project, they are developing so much new music that can be used, that can go out there, and it's just amazing to me, And I like things that are free. Now with these free things, there's always downsides, like you're not going to find the most amazing music in Creative Commons, you're not going to find the most amazing software in open source. But if you need an alternative that, doesn't cost money, there it is, I don't know, in the end it really just comes down to what are you using the music for, what are you using the software for, and in the end what I'm using the open source software and what I'm using the Creative Commons music and video for, it's for, stuff that I use. Now for somebody like, I don't know, I can't think of another YouTuber right now, but maybe for another YouTuber that doesn't work for them, so maybe they need to use something else. And that's cool with me because I personally think that it's really a matter of choice. It's not a matter of one is better than the other, it is a matter of which one works better for you, and that's what I love about the internet age. Because it's about which one works better for you. Not about, it's not about what you really, oh yeah, you have to be only open source, you have to be only closed source. You don't have to be only open, you don't have to be only closed, you just have to be what works best for your needs and suits what you need to do. Anyway, this is Rallison Chains signing off. I'll be back. I'm going to be making a couple videos more often about what I think on matters, and I'm going to actually be doing how to create a story, how to write a proper story, where I'll go through everything from how to not create Mary Sue's to how to make a great storyline to finding an audience online and all that stuff. So yeah, look for that in upcoming videos, and I promise Chainscast will be live within the next 2 months. And we'll get it going, like on a weekly pace, because, I might be able to have Alex do every episode with me, but I'll definitely be able to have somebody like Balloon Tutorials or possibly my girlfriend, or maybe even I'll get Tech Man on here, maybe Tech Man and I can argue about Mac versus PC, because it's a feudal argument, but sure fun to listen to. Anyway, this is Rallison Chains signing off, telling you guys to have a nice day and joy to the world.